Hi everyone, my name is Sophie and I am delighted to have been invited by Gwen, CEO of Fashion Week San Diego, to share with you all about my story of my sustainable fashion business, Positive Phee. I wish that I could be with you all today in person, but I'm currently visiting London, my home city. So I have pre-recorded this presentation and hope to connect with you in person at Fashion Week San Diego or via social media soon. Originally from England, I spent 10 years studying and working in the fashion industry in London. My journey took me through many different sides of the industry, including styling, visual merchandising, store management, event planning, buying, and more. Although I enjoyed many highlights, including working front and back of house at London and Paris Fashion Weeks, after 10 years, I felt it was time for a change. Over the years, I had seen firsthand the darker side of the industry and the lack of empathy for people's feelings and health. I was originally drawn to the industry because I was in awe of the creativity, and I thought it was magical that through clothing, any individual could express themselves uniquely and communicate their own message out into the world. For me, fashion has always been the biggest confidence booster, and I wanted to share that with other women. The toxicity of the industry is clearer than ever. You can barely scroll a social media page or read a newspaper without the negative effects of fast fashion highlighted. The fashion industry is the second biggest contributor to global pollution. Clothing is essential to us all for our everyday modern lives. So I believe there is big room for change in the overall climate situation through our individual and community actions when it comes to our relationship with clothing. So what is Positive Phee and how did it come to be? After leaving the fashion industry in 2017 and doing some soul searching, I left rainy England for sunny San Diego in November 2018. The open mindset of the people in this beautiful city instantly made me feel right at home. I explored jobs to develop my skills in the wellness industry, thinking that would be a better space for me to fulfill my dreams of empowering and uplifting women. Alongside this, I freelanced as a personal shopper. Then came 2020. January 2020, I hosted an event to connect with local women and promote my personal shopping services. I decided to host a clothing swap at home and thought this would be the perfect opportunity to uplift the attendees and share my styling skills. I encouraged drop-offs of donations ahead of the event so that I could organize items and set up everything in a boutique format for a calmer shopping experience, rather than a typical clothing swap frenzy. I did promote my event, but as my first one, I expected maybe 10 guests, mostly friends. However, the word got out and the turnout amazed me at around 50 guests. The house was filled with women excitedly finding new treasures and comparing finds. I realized then that maybe fashion was still my calling to empowerment, but maybe it would look a little different than what I had first imagined. I hosted a second event with the theme of Galentine's and planned to host monthly events outside of my wellness jobs. Little did we all know that a short time later, all of our lives would take a huge turn. Suddenly in March, the world was in lockdown. I found myself with clothing stock from events and wondering what I would do with these clothes without the option to host events. I started hosting virtual appointments with no contact collection and offering curbside donation drop-offs. A lot of women were clearing out their closets at this time, and so I became inundated with clothes. My very kind boyfriend helped me to convert our garage into a stockroom, and once restrictions allowed, I started offering in-person appointments in our living room and front garden. It felt so wonderful to be able to offer my guests a social sanctuary in a time when there was such limited social interactions. This was it. I was empowering women through fashion, but finally in a way that felt right with my soul. A few months into lockdown, as many did, I lost my job as unfortunately the business closed. I saw this as an opportunity to put more energy into my newfound business. Throughout the long lockdown days, I found myself researching more and more into the sustainability side of the fashion industry. I watched every sustainable fashion documentary I could find. A particular one stood out to me, The True Cost of Fashion. The True Cost is a documentary film exploring the impact of fashion on people and the planet. Some key facts that stood out to me are that 1 in 6 people work in the global fashion industry. The majority of these are women, earning less than $3 per day. On average, only 10% of the clothes donated to charity and thrift stores get sold locally. The rest end up in landfill or flooding markets in developing countries. I realized how blind I had been when working in the middle of the madness of the industry. It is so easy to get swept up in the focus of meeting the next deadline, and then the next deadline, to even take a moment to look up and question the morality. After watching The True Cost, my own mindset of how to enjoy fashion instantly switched. Suddenly, the thrill of ordering a new, beautiful garment no longer felt as exciting, rewarding, and life-changing to me. Instead, feelings of guilt and empathy for the garment workers who risked their lives every day to work in unsafe conditions just so I could have a new dress. I wanted no part in this vicious production cycle. My mission was clear. At that moment, I knew I want to help people to have an alternative option for experiencing fashion. I want to highlight the facts of what is going on behind the scenes, but also to offer an alternative solution. Through Positive Phee, I want women everywhere to enjoy fashion again and to be able to dress guilt-free and express themselves to feel more confident. From the amount of donations I was already receiving through word of mouth alone, I could see clearly that we had an abundance already within our community, and there really was no need to produce new items, no new clothes. As restrictions started to ease up and outside events became possible, I hit the ground running with partnership events around the city and pop-ups in my front garden where guests would pay a flat fee to fill a bag with new-to-you clothes. I have been privileged to partner with many of the leaders in sustainability in San Diego for my events, including Pure Project, the Mighty Bins Sisters, Sonora Refillery, Misadventure Vodka, Nonprofit Sustainability is Sexy, and Zero Waste San Diego. My events have been highlighted on Fox 5 and CBS 8 news segments. I loved offering a new low-pressure way of shopping for guests, whether attending appointments or an event. By filling a bag instead of deciding between individually priced items, guests are able to determine what they intuitively love, rather than buying the best bargain to get a quick fix. I encourage everyone to think about what will work for their wardrobe and their lifestyle. And the beauty is that an item can always be donated back in the future. And the fashion cycle of life continues. I also love hearing stories of the past lives of garments and sharing them with the new owner. Join our circular fashion movement. Donate your gently loved clothing to Positive Phee, knowing that it will live its next stage of life within your local community. Attend a Positive Phee event for your next closet refresh. Learn how to care and respect for your current wardrobe at a clothing repair workshop, or upcycle clothing into something new at an upcycling workshop. Make fashion positive again and spread the word to your friends and family as to how to do so. Join our next events. On August 12th, I'm hosting the first in an upcycle workshop series with Zero Waste San Diego Fix It Clinic in Carlsbad. On August 20th, I will be hosting an event to celebrate the launch of Positive Phee's latest upcycle collection, which is a collaboration with Muxu Creations and is called Rebel Jeans, which will be hosted at Acento Coffee. On September 17th, Sip and Style will be coming to North Park, hosted at Original 40 Brewery. Stay up to date on all our upcoming events by signing up to our mailing list at positivephee.com, following Positive Phee on Instagram at positive_Phee, and reach out directly for event intern opportunities. I will also be attending Fashion Week San Diego in October and would love to connect in person there. I truly believe that love for our planet is an extension of self-love. We must learn to love and respect ourselves, and then we have the empathy and ability to care for Mother Nature and our fellow humans. Let's do this.